Day one of Book 1 of the Tattersalls October yearling sale saw another record broken when a Dubawi colt became the highest priced yearling sold in the world so far this year, when selling for 2.6 million guineas. Lot 39 by Darley's flagship Sire headlined a strong day of trade for the stallion, when knocked down to John Ferguson for the sale-topping price so far.
He was an exceptional athlete, and at the end of the day that's what you're looking for, because you can come here and you can buy pedigrees all day long, but they've got to be athletes, and that's the name of the game. So he passed with flying colours on that score, and then of course he's by Dubawi, who, as you all know, has been the most amazing stallion. He just goes from strength to strength. And he's out of a mare, Fallen For You, who's a Dancilli, trained by John Gosden, who won the Coronation Stakes at Royal Ascot. And he was a second foal, so a young mare, just getting started. So from that point of view, he had so much going for him.
The colt is from a select draft of yearlings offered by Philippa Cooper's Normandy stud through Liam and Jenny Norris of Norris Bloodstock, the first yearlings from the stud sold at public auction for 10 years.
He was the most laid-back and is the most laid-back individual. I think that's one of the reasons I decided to go to the sale. Sometimes it doesn't happen very often. They're born, they're uncomplicated, there's no problem, there's no illness. You'd go into the field and he'd just be lying down. You'd go and see the other foals. Nothing bothered him. He was absolutely bomb-proof. This fellow, he just wants to please. I hope he has her talent and his father's talent as well. That's all I'm praying for. It's so important. It's not just for money. It's that they do well for the people who've bought them and for my families.
2.5 million, you old non-finisher on. They just don't offer too many from this farm, sir. And when they do, they offer real good ones, don't they?
We were over the moon. Never in our wildest dreams did we think he'd make that sort of money. We knew he was a nice horse since he's been with us at home. He's always oozed class and shown that he's got something special, but you never really know till you get here and have them in one piece, and you see your competition, as it were, that you start to realise actually how good they are.
Oh, he's very athletic, and he was a dream to look after, actually. He was always willing to do his job, wasn't he? We walked him around the woods every day. We like to hand walk the yearlings every day, and he was just a pleasure to walk. We used to fight to who'd get to the box first to lead him,
John Ferguson continued his sustained interest in the stock of Dubawi when breaking the million guineas mark for the second time on day one, giving 1.2 million guineas for lot 75, a Dubawi colt from Newsall's Park stud, which became one of 6 yearlings by the sire bought on behalf of Sheikh Mohammed.
The reason we bought them is because ultimately we're trying to compete at the very, very best and to win the big races for Godolphin and for Dubai and for Sheikh Mohammed. And to do that you need the best, and Dubawi is the very best, and he's now got to a stage in his career whereby he's covering fabulous mares of the highest quality. So you've got a great stallion, you've got a great mare and great pedigrees, and then hopefully you buy the athletes.
The sire of the first 3 home in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe this weekend, and 7-time champion sire Galileo, also made his presence felt on day one. A yearling by the Coolmore inmate sold to MV Magnia in partnership with Peter and Ross Doyle and the Mayfair speculators for 750,000 guineas. The offering was consigned by Watership Down stud and counts upon Group 1 winner Aussie Rules and his immediate family from the further family of Yesterday and Quarter Moon.
You bet. Thank you very much indeed.
Corduff stud landed a notable touch when selling lot 102, a Shamadal colt for 725,000 guineas to Sheikh Hamdan's Shadwell stud. The colt was the product of a brave pinhooking investment by Jamie Hill and Mike McMahon of McMahon Hill Bloodstock, who with the help of Corduff stud purchased the colt at the December sales for 220,000 guineas. Lot 87, a colt by See the Stars from the Mount Coote stud draft, also proved popular on day one, when selling to Charlie Gordon-Watson for 700,000 guineas. The yearling by the sire of this year's dual derby winner Harzand is the first foal out of listed and Group 3 placed mare Gotlandia. After making a sensational start to his stud career, anticipation was high for the 17 lots catalogued from the second crop of Frankel. It was lot 12, a filly out of Diary, the dam of champion 3-year-old sprinter Total Gallery, who quickly made a mark for Judmont's exciting young sire when selling to Joe Foley for 675,000 guineas from Jamie Railton's consignment.
That was probably her valuation. She'd always have a second career, no matter what she does on the track. She had a lovely temperament. With a filly is so important.
She's by Frankel, who's made a brilliant start. He's putting a real engine into his 2-year-olds. She's out of Diary, who's a very good mare. She's already been a Prix de l'Abbé winner by Namid. She was a good example of a Frankel, real good looking, good strong filly. So very pleased to get her. I think we paid a fair value given Frankel's brilliant start.
Joe Foley, 675. Thank you very much indeed.